It's been a while since my last update. What's up everyone? I'm back. I just want to say quickly, I know it's been a while and obviously it's a bit late on, but I hope you guys had a great Christmas and a great New Year. I am back. Apologies for such a delay in my latest video. I was very ill over Christmas, so I wanted to do this video when I was feeling a bit better, and obviously I've got a few just to show that I got before Christmas, quite a few to show that I got for Christmas, and obviously a few I picked up just after on the Boxing Day sales and stuff like that. So it is going to be a little bit of a rushed video in a sense because I want to get through and there's quite a lot to go through, so I hope you enjoy anyway. So let's get started. So some of the films I picked up before Christmas, where I pre-ordered this one from Zavi. I really liked it and I'd already sold my DVD copy, so I was glad I got it because it did sell out, and that's From Dusk Till Dawn. Really love this film, cracking film. George Clooney and Harvey Keitel are fantastic in this film, and it really is an entertaining film. It kind of, when I remember watching it, it kind of blew me away because I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting a heist movie, and it just completely turned around halfway through the film. So it is a great film. Also, I picked up another classic film that I really enjoyed, and it was really cheap, The Evil Dead. Again, I really do enjoy this film. Bruce Campbell, legend. You know, one of my favourite B-movie actors. He is very entertaining, and the film is good. I prefer the second one more, but Evil Dead is pretty cool too. The next film I got, I again pre-ordered because it is it's in my top 10. You guys have probably seen the video hopefully, and it features in my top 10, and it is a classic film. And again, it was going cheap, and it was Halloween. You know, I love this version of it. The 30th anniversary. It's a lovely steelbook, and I really enjoyed this film, so I had to have it in my collection anyway. I know I've got the DVD, but I really wanted it as a Blu-ray version as well. Next film I got a few recommendations from a couple of friends saying it was a really good film, and I had wanted to see it but I missed it at the cinema, so I picked it up and I did really enjoy it. I prefer it more than the other version that's out. It is fun, but it's a bit silly as well, but this one is quite serious. It's Olympus Has Fallen. Really great film. I mean, it's a lot of action. It reminded me of, you know, the classic actions of the 80s and 90s, you know, Die Hard and Predator and all that, and Speed and stuff like that. You know, it was a really good film and quite well written. I know a lot of people have slated it, but for me, I really enjoyed it, and it's definitely worth a look, guys. Check it out. Next up were a few Blu-rays I just wanted to upgrade to from DVD, and because I actually enjoy the first one I really enjoy, and the next few they're entertainment but they're not as good. Pirates of the Caribbean, starring obviously Johnny Depp. You know, should have got an Oscar for this. Really should have got an Oscar. Great actor. He still has not been given that Oscar. I think he should be, even if it's not for this role. But you know, Pirates of the Caribbean is a great film. It is just entertainment. Great film to sit down and just watch and have a bit of fun. Good film. And obviously following that was Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. Not as good, but still entertaining. And you know, it's Sunday afternoon, stick it on. Bit of fun, you can't go wrong with that. And obviously, the third, The World's End. I've already got the fourth one on Blu-ray, so I just wanted to complete the collection anyway. Again, a little bit slow to start with, but picks up, and I definitely enjoy it towards the end anyway. It's a lot more action in it. Next film is actually a DVD. I don't really pick up DVDs much anymore, but this was bought for me when I was not feeling too well. My wife and son got me a little gift, and that is Gangster Squad. I wanted to see this for a while, and I checked it out whilst I was ill, and I actually enjoyed it. You know, it was a bit different from your normal gangster films, obviously focusing more on the actual police squad dealing with them, and it was actually, you know, quite entertaining. You know, a lot of gun shooting, a lot of fighting, and you know, the final scene between the main cop and Sean Penn is actually quite good. It's a really good scene, and I really enjoyed it. So it's worth a check out. A lot of people gave it a lot of crap and heat when it was released, and I wanted to see it, and I gave it a chance, and it was worth a watch. I don't know if I'll upgrade it to Blu-ray, but it is definitely a good film. The next film I picked up, or films I picked up, I've been trying to get for a while, but it's just waiting for it to go down in price. It was a little bit too expensive, and I'd again sold my DVD copy. I wanted to get it on Blu-ray because I think it would look amazing in Blu-ray. Is the Alien Anthology. Now this is selling for like £25 in most places, and Zavi sent out an email just early on in December, and it was in there for like £12. I thought, now I've got to pick it up. I've been waiting for it to go down in price, and luckily had the money, so I thought I'll get it, treat myself just before Christmas because I wasn't feeling too well. And I'm glad that I've got this in the collection. It's a lovely box set, and much better than the 4-disc one that's also out as well. Right, so they're the films I picked up just before Christmas. Some good films in there, and I've enjoyed most of them, or loved most of them anyway. This next lot is the Christmas lot that I got over Christmas. There's quite a few. Bear with me. I'll try and get through them as quick as possible. I don't want to bore you to death. Anyway, the first film is a Steven Spielberg classic. I've been waiting for it to come out on Blu-ray in this version. It was already out on Blu-ray, but I just wanted it on this version because I've heard it is very good in this version, and I just wanted it. So that is Jurassic Park 3D. I love this film, absolutely love it. I went to see this as a kid, scared the crap out of me. Apologies for swearing, but yeah, it scared the hell out of me when I was a kid. But I absolutely adore this film, and I'm glad I've got this on this version. I'm not really going to upgrade the others. I enjoy them, but there's just not as good. So I'd rather just have this version of this on Blu-ray anyway. So yeah, that was that one. Next one was this was a gift from my wife, but I'm going to include it in this because it is in my collection. It is Despicable Me 2 in 3D. Again, I went to see this at the cinema. I've done a review on it in a previous video. I did enjoy it. It is a fun film. I preferred the first, but it is a good film and a good watch, and it's very entertaining. And my son absolutely adores it. He wants to watch Minions all the time now, and he's not even 2 yet. You know, every time they come on the screen, he loves it. And when they go off the screen, he screams at me as if I've taken them off the screen. It's not nice, but anyway, yeah, good film, entertaining, worth a watch. Next film I watched over Christmas. Again, this was a gift for my son, but I don't think he's going to really get it until he's a little bit older. And that is Monsters University. I mean, I love Monsters Inc. and Monsters University, just as enjoyable. We watched it over Christmas, and it's very entertaining. People have been slating it, saying it's not as good. Yeah, I agree, it's not as good, but it is funny, and it is definitely worth watching. It's definitely worth having on Blu-ray. Next film I got, just luckily before it sold out, was for Christmas. Asked my dad for it, and he was looking for it, and it sold out on that, but it's still available on the outlet store, and that's Evil Dead 2. Again, as I said a little bit earlier, I love this film. I love Evil Dead, and I love Evil Dead 2 more. Just a very entertaining film. Bruce Campbell is outstanding, as he always is in most of the films he appears in. It was just very entertaining, and I love these films. So I'm glad I got this, especially as it sold out. So I picked it up just in time. Great film. Next lot of films I got was obviously in a little bit of a trilogy. I loved the first one. The second one is okay. It's pretty much exactly the same, but the third one surprised me, and that is Hangover Trilogy. Lovely still, but lovely box set. I'm glad I've got it in my collection. It's, as I say, the third one surprised me. I was not expecting much. It was very funny, even though it was very different from the other two, which is what I liked. I liked that it was different. It wasn't copying what they'd done before. Obviously, they had a little scene at the end, which basically was just showing the same kind of thing. But I ignored that for what I watched of the third film, and the third film was very entertaining and definitely worth a watch, and it's definitely worth picking up in this edition because it is a lovely box set. Next film, again, a lot of people giving it a little bit of flack. I actually really enjoyed it. I sat down and watched it with the wife, and I was laughing through most of it, and that's Kick-Ass 2. Very entertaining film. Not as good as the first, but I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I would definitely rate it higher than what people have been. Much better cast as well. I mean, there's Donald Faison, who I'd love from Scrubs, and obviously Jim Carrey, who was in it, and he's just entertaining, apart from obviously all the controversy that surrounded him just prior to release of the film. But yeah, it's definitely a good film, worth a watch, and again, I'm glad I picked up in this edition because it's going for crazy money on eBay now, so glad I've got it. Next film is a film I've already reviewed in one of my previous videos, and again, a film I actually really enjoyed. A lot of people gave it a lot of flack, but I'm looking forward to the sequel, even though it has now been pushed back to 2016. That's Man of Steel 3D. Watched it in 3D. It didn't really make that much of a difference, to be honest, but again, I'm glad I've got the Steelbook because again, I've gone Steelbook crazy recently. But yeah, it's entertaining film, sets up for a sequel very well, and a lot of people have been giving it flack, but people moaned about Superman Returns being really boring and really quiet and too long and no action and all that, so they give it a load of action in this one, and people are still moaning, so I don't get it. But anyway, great film. Film I haven't seen yet, looking forward to checking out, Pacific Rim 3D. Heard a lot of great things about it. Guillermo del Toro, great director, so I am looking forward to watching this. I've heard very good things, so I will be checking this out very soon. Again, another film I've reviewed in one of my previous videos after I go to cinema to see it, The Wolverine. Excellent film. Not as good as the X-Men film or X2, but is a very good film, much better than X-Men Origins Wolverine. Again, I just think it suffered from a poor bad guy, but apart from that, I love the setting, love the scenery, and some of the fight sequences are brilliant in this, so definitely worth a pick up, guys, even in Amaray. But it is a great film. I really enjoyed it. Another film I missed out on the cinema seeing, but I actually watched it obviously when I got it. Didn't enjoy it as much as the first two. It's still funny, but I just think the first two films had something more to it. I think this one was just not as funny, but still entertaining. The World's End, and again, I'm glad I picked it up on this edition, because again, this is going for crazy money on eBay. But yeah, it's entertaining. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I did like the swap between Nick Frost and Simon Pegg, because it was nice to see a change in their characters. Next up is a TV series I really enjoy watching. Probably not as much as Breaking Bad, but it's a series I really enjoy, and that is The Walking Dead. And that is, I've got all the releases of this on the Steelbook. They've just released on Entertainment Store. So yeah, season 1, lovely Steelbook, glad to have it in the collection. And obviously then season 2, just as nice. Glad I got it, because it is in my collection. It's a TV series I really enjoy. I don't really get TV series in Blu-ray, so I'm glad I've got a few of the ones I really enjoy. And obviously season 3. I'm not going to do unboxings and all that, because most people have already done them anyway, and so there's no need to open them and up and show everything inside. People know what's inside. A set that I wanted to get for a while, and again, it was just too expensive, so I thought I'll ask for it for Christmas. Seeing as I sold all the others on eBay and sold my DVDs anyway, and that is the Star Wars saga. Love the original trilogy. Probably not my favourite set of films. That's probably why they didn't feature in my top 10, but I do love the Star Wars original trilogy, and the prequel trilogy are good. Just not, yeah, the first one's awful, the second one's okay, and the third one redeems them. I think the third one makes it a lot more interesting, especially with the fight scenes and the fact that it just obviously made it more action-packed for the viewers. It's what they wanted instead of a political drama, which was the first one. That didn't make any sense, but anyway, yeah. Great set of films. Glad to have it in the collection. I'm glad I've got them, because I am a fan of Star Wars films, so I'm glad I've got it. And finally, for Christmas, I know it's been a long set of Blu-rays, guys, but thank you for sticking with it. I got the Breaking Bad box set. I watched this on Netflix. I think I binge watched this on Netflix, and thoroughly enjoyed this series. It is probably in my top 10 of TV series of all time. It is excellent TV series. You've got to watch it. If you haven't watched it, check it out. If you haven't got this box set, get it. It's a lovely box set, and I'm glad I've got this. You know, I really enjoyed it. I know it's on Netflix and I could watch it whenever I wanted, but I just wanted the physical copy of this. I really enjoy this show, and you know, Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul, I think it is, fantastic all the way through the series. Check it out. I don't want to ruin it for you, so check it out. Right, we're on the final leg, guys. This is my pickups I got just obviously after Christmas and all the Boxing Day sales and stuff like that. I am waiting for one more that I was hoping to show in this video, but it didn't arrive, and Xavi have now resent it, so hopefully it'll be here, but there will be a separate video for that anyway. So firstly, I ordered pretty much on Boxing Day. I've been doing some looking around for this because I watched this over Christmas on Netflix, and I actually enjoyed it. It was quite an entertaining action film, you know, and it was Arnie back to being Arnie. I think I thoroughly enjoyed it. A lot of people didn't, but I did. But I was looking around because I didn't really want the Amaray edition of this, but you can't get the Steelbook edition of this in the UK. So I was doing some checking around on Amazon and found it for very cheap, about €20 I think it was, and then plus the postage, I think it came to about £21. So it really wasn't digging deep into my pockets because I got some Christmas money anyway. And that is the Last Stand Hero edition with the Steelbook elect and the cover and the badge and all that. Loved it, lovely edition. Glad I've got it in the collection. Like I say, English soundtrack on it, so it's not gonna. I can watch it, which is nice. I really enjoyed this film, and it's definitely worth a pick up, especially for the price it is on Amazon at the moment, because people are selling it on eBay for like £40–50. Not when you can get it on Amazon for 20. You might as well go on Amazon, pick this up on Amazon Germany, I think it is. Amazon, yeah, Amazon Germany it was. So yeah, great addition, and glad I have it in the collection because it's a nice little box set. Next I picked up was another film I wanted to pick up, or set of films I wanted to pick up, and in this edition, because the other edition was just too bulky, I think. And again, it went down to for about £15 on Play, well, on the Pop and Play marketplace, and that is the Mad Max trilogy petrol can edition. Really nice box set. I remember Autumn Productions doing this on his on one of his videos, and I really liked the set, but it just wasn't cheap, so I just waited until it went down. Luckily I managed to get it over Christmas. Next up is another film I reviewed, I think in September with Greg and Luke, and that was Elysium. I think I gave it 4.5 out of 5, I think it was. Really enjoyed this film. I prefer District 9, much better film, but this was still very entertaining, a lot of good action in it. And I remember just sitting in the cinema thinking, I'm really not bored, I'm really entertained by this film. Because some films you sit in the cinema and think, oh, where's the time going? You know, it's a little bit slow, but this was very, very good and didn't seem to let up. Great film, check it out if you haven't already. Next, this is a little bit of a shout out as well. This is to YouTuber Hip Hop and Rap 71. He emailed me just before Christmas saying he'd got a couple of these, and I'd missed out on the pre-order because it sold out ridiculously quick. I think it sold out before I'd even received the email that it was available. And so anyway, he emailed me saying he had a copy to go and spare, and that if I wanted to get it, I could have it. So thankfully to him, he let me know, and I said, yeah, I'll sort you the money just after Christmas, because I was waiting for a little bit more cash, which luckily I got. And that is Pain and Gain by Michael Bay, starring Mark Wahlberg and Dwayne Johnson. I checked this out the other day. I really enjoyed it. You know, I was very surprised, and it was very different from Michael Bay. Not his usual kind of explosions and not much story. This was very entertaining. Obviously, I know it's based on a true story, so there is a little bit of, you know, exaggeration to it. Well, that's why I liked it, because it was exaggerated. It wasn't following it, you know, exactly portraying the characters as they were, but very entertaining film and worth a watch. And I'm glad I've got this steelbook, because again, this is going for crazy money on eBay, and I'm glad I got it in my collection. Really enjoy again by Ben Affleck. I think as a director, he's very good, very director, and that is The Town. Very good film. Watched this a few years ago and thoroughly enjoyed it. Again, it's a little bit slow paced, but I enjoyed it for what it was. All the cast were excellent, and it is a very good film. So definitely worth watching. I got this for very cheap on Zavi. So check it out. Next up is again two trades I did with another YouTuber, Autumn Productions. Check out the link down below. Excellent YouTuber. You know, he's a great guy, and you know, I'm glad that I've done these trades with him, because he is a great YouTuber. And you got, if you haven't already, I guarantee you probably already have, because he's got thousands of subscribers. So you probably have seen his videos. But he's a great guy. Check him out. First one I did the trade with him was for the Incredible Hulk steelbook. I sent him the Amaray edition of this because he wanted to get rid of all his steelbooks for that. So I really wanted this and couldn't get it anywhere. So he did me a nice little deal for it, and I sent in the Amaray as well. So thanks for that, mate. Really appreciate that one. Next up, again, I had the other three on Steelbook Edition, and again he put on his Facebook that he was going to sell this, and I basically said to him, look mate, I've got the Amaray, would you be willing to do a trade? And thankfully he said yeah, and that means I can add this to my collection, and that is Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. Excellent film. Tom Cruise, I think it's one of his best of the Mission Impossibles. I really enjoyed 3, to be fair, as well, but this is excellent. I'm going to the cinema seeing this in IMAX, and it was outstanding film. And I'm glad I did this trade with you, mate. Thank you very much again. Really appreciate it. And if we can do any more trades in the future or anything like that, I'm, you know, willing. So thank you very much, mate. Next film I picked up again was for pretty cheap. I haven't seen it. I'm looking forward to seeing it because I enjoy the director's other films, and that is The Prestige. I love Christian Bale, Hugh Jackman, cracking actor as well, and obviously he's got Michael Caine in it, and you know, so I'm really looking forward to checking this out. I've heard really good things about it as well, so looking forward to watching this. So I will be checking this out very soon. 3 more films to go, guys. I know it's been a long video, so I really appreciate this one. Obviously you can see in the background. Again, I got an email saying it's just sold out, and then another email saying it was available again. I thought, again, I've got Christmas money, I might as well use it. And that's Wreck-It Ralph. People have been slagging this edition off on Facebook, not Facebook, on YouTube. I can see why, but I really like it. It's a simplistic case. I like the 8-bit thing, and I didn't want too much embossing on it anyway, and I like the back. I watched this film on the weekend, and I've never seen it before. Really enjoyed it. I think it was very nostalgic for me, because obviously I grew up at a time when 8-bit was the main platform. You know, you had Super Mario and Sonic and all that, and that, you know, that's when I grew up. I grew up on those games, so this was, I sat there thinking, you know what, I love this film just because of that. It was taking me back to when I was a kid. Great film, very enjoyable, and I've heard they're going to be doing a sequel, so I really look forward to that as well. Film I haven't seen, and again I've heard very good things about, and I got it for very cheap on Zavvi because it was on their sale. The Adjustment Bureau. Matt Damon, again, very entertaining actor. A lot of people give him a lot of flack, but I think he's very good. You know, some films he's not, but most of his films I've watched, I've really enjoyed him anyway. He's a good actor, so looking forward to checking this out. Guys, last but not least, I know it's been a very long video. I'm really sorry. It was a big update, but this is Carlito's Way. Al Pacino, Sean Penn, fantastic film. I know, again, seeing this, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, and it blew me away. I mean, I was going through a phase where I loved gangster films, so I checked this one out, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was Al Pacino playing a bit more of a different gangster. You know, in most of his films that he's been a gangster, he's been a bit of a thug and very unlikable. And in this, it was very different. He was trying to redeem himself, and he couldn't. You know, and it ended up costing him. So, great film. Definitely worth a pick up because it is going very cheap. Check it out, guys. And that is it for that long update. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking around. I really appreciate it. I know it was a long update, but I've got through it. Finally showing you my my collection for the last 2 months. I know it's been a long time, a long time since my last video. So thank you for sticking around. I know a lot of you have been saying to me to get a new video up, so here it is. I hope you enjoy it. Anyway, again, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone. You know, all my subscribers, everyone that watches the videos. I really appreciate it. You know, it was something I wanted to do for a while, and I'm glad I did it. You know, it's been a good first year for me, and I'm looking forward to future videos in the new year, obviously this year. We're trying to get more videos up. We'll try and get more videos up. I've got a few more Blu-rays coming in the post in the next few days or week or so, so I will be doing another update very, very soon, and I'll explain about that because I've got some very good offers and very good deals, but again, I'll explain in the next video for that one. Also, last thing I'd like to say is a big thank you to Hip Hop and Rap 71 for the Pain and Gain Blu-ray. Really appreciate it, mate, so thank you very much for that. And please, guys, if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to him. Check out his channel, the link is down below. You know, he's a great guy and a good friend, so thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate it. Also, again, Autumn Productions, thank you very much for those trades. Really appreciate it. You know, I've really wanted those two on Steelbook, so thank you again, mate. Excellent guy, great channel, and if you're not already subscribed, what are you doing? Subscribe to him, great guy. Link again down below. Thank you again, guys. You know, couldn't have done it without you. Thank you for all your lovely comments. Like and subscribe. Please leave feedback on any of the films you've seen, if you like them, don't like them, or if you disagree with what I think of them. You know, always nice to have a chat with you guys, and I will try and get back to you as soon as possible. That is it for this video. Thank you for watching. I know it's been long, and I will check you out, guys, very, very soon. So take care. See you later.